Very pleasant night here in South Florida. It has not been a great week for these two teams in terms of the weather, but comfortable tonight. 70 degrees at kickoff. As Ed Cunningham mentioned, the wind could be a factor, particularly for the Tennessee passing attack, and they'll be going directly into that 14-mile-per-hour breeze to start the game. As Tom Osborne's Huskers will kick off. Tennessee won the toss, and Philip Fulmer elected to receive. Cedric Wilson is back deep for the opening kick. He's a true freshman from Memphis, Tennessee. Ordinarily, they have Dwayne Goodrich back returning kickoffs. But as it was mentioned before the game from Ed Cunningham, he has an injury. A quad muscle pull. Chris Brown kicks off. The junior from Southlake, Texas, put his foot to the ball, and the final game of this college football season is underway with a touchback. Huskers spread the field to start the game. And Manning checking on the first play from scrimmage. He throws on target, close to a first down. Marcus Nash. There is a flag on the play, thrown to the offensive backfield.
Sean, I think we're going to have a holding penalty to start the game with.
Posey Coleman in the starting lineup at right tackle. Instead of a gain of 8, the ball back on the 8-yard line. First and 22. The quick hitter caught for a short gain. Out across the 12 goes Peerless Price, tackled by Erwin Sweeney. Clifton and Coleman. Jamal Lewis out to the 14-yard line. Third down and 16. Shovel pass. Sean Bryson to the 20 and tackled by Jay Foreman. 10 yards short of the It should be excellent field position for Nebraska on its first possession. Oh, what a kick into the breeze. A boomer sends Bobby Newcomb back to the 20. That rolls inside the 5, and it looks like it will stop near the 2. What a kick by Hogue! Virgin had trouble. Scott Frost hands off. Joel Makovica stopped with very little, perhaps a half yard. Raydock Thompson led the surge for the Tennessee defense. Frost keeps on the option, out across the 3, and that's all. Torrey Noel, the strong safety. On 3rd and 9, Frost has a man open, it's too high. He was looking for the tight end, Sheldon Jackson. Terry Fair has the same injury as Peyton Manning, a bursa sack injury. Back to receive the punt from Jesse Cush. And his first punt is a beauty, but he had the aid of the breeze. Fair bobbled it. Retreated all the way back to the 33. And he is stopped at the 37-yard line. A 56-yard punt by Cush, and the punters are the story here in the first 4 minutes. No score. Tennessee back on offense in a moment. Coaching. He felt because of his heart condition that he just didn't have the ability to work the kind of schedule that it takes to be the offensive coordinator and the head coach. Tennessee on offense for the second time. Whistle stopped the play.
Sean, I think it's interesting to note that Tennessee tonight.
Ball start on the offense. 5 yards, still first down.
More than 11,000 yards passing in Manning's career. Only Todd Santos and Ty Detmer have thrown for more in college football. Bryson, as we mentioned, the fullback, is an excellent receiver.
But you know, they're young. It's not that they're not talented. They're very talented, but they're inexperienced. Freshman, sophomore. They have some younger type players in that secondary.
2 sophomores and a true freshman, the starters. Quick pass. And it didn't go anywhere. Peerless Price wrapped up immediately by Octavius McFarland.
They can run to the football.
3rd down and 12. Manning's 4 for 4, but for only 13 yards. He's under pressure. A short pass. And Derek Edmonds, the reserve fullback, is thrown down immediately.
They've got to make sure they keep him clean all night long.
Well, what can Chris Hogue do again? He can boom another one. High punt taken by Bobby Newcomb, the true freshman. He started at the 12. He's driven back at the 22-yard line. Ball came out, but he was ruled down by contact. A 51-yard. And obviously, that's a big blow to Nebraska. Makovica averages 6.5 yards per carry. But Billy Legate moves in at fullback, number 40. He's blocking for Amon Green. Raynoch Thompson, center. 2nd and 9. Frost chopped down behind the line of scrimmage by Raynoch Thompson. Frost on 3rd down. Hit as he threw. Open the tight end, Sheldon Jackson. He's short of a first down out of the 29. Corey Gaines made the tackle. Fair waiting for the punt from Cush. Cush came to Nebraska as a walk-on, and that was not a very good punt. Down at the 37-yard line. A 30. Of course, they repeated at the Fiesta Bowl the following year with an annihilation of Florida. Some of the Tennessee players believe the reason they're such a big underdog in this game is that people are thinking about that SEC team, Florida, getting hammered 2 years ago by Nebraska. Another flag down. Manning trying to stretch the defense, throws incomplete, looking for Marcus Nash. He was well covered by Ralph Brown, an outstanding cornerback. Consensus first team all Big 12 this season, but we check out the flag at the line. And the Tennessee offense improved dramatically this season once they did establish the ground game with the emergence of Lewis. Here is Lewis fighting for a couple out to the 43, tackled there by Jason Peter.
Well, and it took Lewis a little time to learn pass protection, and in this offense you have to protect Peyton Manning when you're a running back.
2nd down, Lewis trying to get outside. He has a great combination of power and speed, and he's across midfield. Mike Rucker made the tackle. That's a gain of 8. Lewis provided the first down of this game for either team. Ball at the 49 of Nebraska. Manning with time as a receiver. First down at the 31-yard line. Andy McCullough tackled by Ralph Brown. Derek Edmonds now in at fullback, leading the way for Lewis. Good cut back to the inside, and Jason Peter helped drive him back. Jason Wiltz, the other defensive tackle, also at the bottom of the pile. 5:20 remaining. In the first quarter, no score. The fade, incomplete. He was looking for David Martin, a true freshman. Now 3rd down and 7. Neither team has converted on 3rd down tonight. Manning again with plenty of time, and that's caught for a first down. Sean Bryson tackled by Erwin Sweeney. The pitch to Lewis. Bryson leading the way. Lewis hit hard and fumbled. And Nebraska has recovered. Ralph Brown knocked it out, and Mike Rucker recovered the fumble at the 21-yard line. Tennessee showing blitz. They're up near the line. Amon Green out across the 25 to the 26. Second and 6. No score. 4:10 remaining in the first quarter. Now one back look from Nebraska. And Green was hit immediately from behind. Excellent penetration by the Volunteers. Buck Buxton.
For a counter team, which Nebraska runs a lot of counter plays, it's disruptive to the offense. That is what they're doing effectively.
Play action fake to Green. Frost throws. Man open. Caught. First down, Nebraska. Sheldon Jackson across midfield with the first down of the night for the Huskers.
Great hand placement and concentration by the big tight end.
Joel Makovica back on the field for Nebraska. He got the carry and got 2 to the 46 of Tennessee, where he ran into Raynoch Thompson. Lately, teams have been keying on him, taking away those inside runs. And as a result, his stats haven't been as impressive lately. Whistles before the play. No play.
Boy, and Tennessee is lucky there were whistles. Nebraska came in an unbalanced line and ran an option to the short side of the field. Tennessee wasn't lined up properly. That play might have gone.
Ball start on the offense. 5 yards. Repeat second down.
Here's Frost throwing, on target again. Matt Davison, the true freshman from Tecumseh, Nebraska. Nebraska starting to get in rhythm after the fumble by Lewis. Frost throws, looking deep, and is caught by Newcomb, and bobbies out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Tackled by Torrey Noel.
He catches it or no one catches it.
The option, he had to pitch it. It's Shevin Wiggins inside the 5 and down near the goal line.
Just flicks it out there, knows his wingman is with him.
Amon Green, short of the goal line. Many of the coaches who've talked about Tom Osborne since he announced his retirement talk about his great skill as a game coach. There's many adjustments. Up and over and in for a touchdown. Amon Green makes it 6-0 Nebraska.
Which enabled Amon Green to score the touchdown.
Chris Brown out of the hold of Ted Retzlaff. And it is 7-0 Nebraska. Now this Orange Bowl memory. After the fumble by Jamal Lewis at the 22 of Nebraska, the Cornhuskers went 78 yards. It took 8 plays. And Frost was 3 for 3 on the drive, with Tennessee concentrating on stopping the run. He hurt them with the pass. Chris Brown bounces it down the field. Nice hop for Cedric Wilson, the true freshman. He's in trouble and stopped short of the 20-yard line. Knocked down to the 17. Play clock at 3. Mark Levine now the tailback. He's out to the 21. Tackled by Tony Ortiz.
It was a good block by Peoples, but all of a sudden he got hit from the behind there.
Levine again. Big hole. Mark Levine breaks free. Good move on Warfield, and he's tackled out at the 48-yard line by Carlos Polk. Play action fake, a good one by Manning. He throws into coverage, and it's almost intercepted by Mike Brown. He was looking for Marcus Nash. Brown was an outstanding two-way player in high school in Arizona. The Arizona High School Player of the Year as a senior. He won the award as the best running back in the state and also the best defensive back. Manning. That pass deflected and intercepted by Eric Warfield. Warfield at the 30 and tackled from behind at the 25-yard line by Sean Bryson. Carlos Polk, who was injured a couple of plays ago, has his shoulder pads off and is heading to the locker room for Nebraska. He's a backup linebacker. Frost on first down, keeps and gets drilled right at the line of scrimmage. What a first half Raynoch Thompson is having. 7-0 Nebraska. They capitalized on the first turnover by Tennessee, a fumble, went 78 yards for a score. Now at the interception, they're at the 26. Newcomb in trouble behind the line and thrown for a loss by Jonathan Brown.
Play the reverse.
Quarterback draw, Frost trying to get outside. 2 flags thrown at the feet of offensive linemen. Raynoch Thompson and Terry Fair made the tackle, and it's against Nebraska. Nebraska back at the 39-yard line. Frost setting up a screen to Green. Leonard Little pulls him down from behind. Jesse Cush, son of a former Husker. His father, Bill, was a defensive back on their 70 and 71 national championship teams. Jesse hangs it up high. Oh, another fumble! And a touchdown for Nebraska. Lance Brown ran it in, but it was a muff punt, so the ball will come back to the 15-yard line. But you wonder if Comer will continue with Fair as the punt returner. He's had a tough time hanging on lately. Makovica breaks tackles. He's inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. It'll be second down. Jonathan Brown and Gerald Griffin made the tackle. Green second in the nation in rushing this year behind Ricky Williams. Frost pitches. Here's Shevin Wiggins again inside the 10. Touchdown! perfect this year in PATs. 64 for 64. Wiggins the touchdown. Chris Brown to kick off again. He bounces it. The short kick taken by Brian Darden, the backup running back. And quality field position for the Volunteers as Darden brought it out to the 38-yard line. 14-0 Nebraska. Cornhuskers hoping for a convincing victory to sway voters, perhaps earn at least a share of the national championship. Voters have been flip-flopping all year. Jamal Lewis back in the game. Two hands around the ball as he dove to the 43-yard line where he was chopped down by Mike Brown. On 2nd and 5, Manning. Flag thrown as Marcus Nash has a first down at the play stands. Erwin Sweeney made the tackle.
He was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year in '96 and '97.
Manning, take the draw, throws, nice catch. His receiver helped him there, Jermaine Copeland, who had the costly deflection that led to the interception earlier. Made a nice sliding catch at the 34-yard line. 13 more for the Balls and a first down. Jamal Lewis, the lone back. Marcus Nash, the motion man, lobbed out to Lewis. And he's bounced out of bounds after a short gain. Tony Ortiz put the hit on Lewis.
Tom Osborne changed his philosophy and went to recruiting more speed, and they have plenty of speed on this squad.
Lewis down to the 30-yard line. Grant Wistrom and Jay Foreman combined on the stop. Big third down, 6 yards to go for a Volunteer first down. Tennessee trails 14-0. Manning throws short of a first down. We'll see where the forward progress is spotted. Mike Brown put the hit on Jermaine Copeland. Looks like the ball will be just inside the 27. Jeff Hall, the junior from Winchester, Tennessee, will try a 44-yard field goal. Vincent Scott is the holder. That is right down the middle, and Tennessee is on the board with 8:28 remaining in the first half. Jeff Hall to kick off. Harold Griffin had to hold the ball. Shevin Wiggins has a seam, spins out across the 30 and goes down at the 34-yard line. From the 34, Frost hands it off. Green, tackled by Raynoch Thompson. He managed to break through the tackle for an extra couple of yards.
He's in the game. Nebraska's a different offensive team than when he's on the sideline.
He's in the game now, blocking for Green, who squirts across the 45 with a first down for the Cornhuskers. The option, Frost keeps. Gain of 3 to the 49. Darwin Walker at the bottom of the pile. Frost has 2 wide receivers to the right. He keeps and gets across midfield. Run down again by Darwin Walker, backup tackle.
Well, you could do that, couldn't you? You or me, we could
get
that
the 15 part anyway. Big third down and 5. Frost went spinning into difficulty and then escaped. Now he throws for a first down. Sheldon Jackson down to the 34-yard line. Just inside the 35. Frost down the middle. Newcomb dropped the ball. Had he caught it, in all likelihood would have been 6 points. He was behind Torrey Noel, and the pass hit him in stride. But Newcomb could not squeeze it. 2nd and 10. Frost keeps. And he's run down from behind. Another third down and 10.
Tennessee has the speed defensively to counter this offense.
Frost throwing on the run, and it is incomplete. It's short hopped. Kenny Cheatham. And it is Terry Fair back deep for Philip Fulmer. But despite his problems catching punts tonight and in the SEC championship game, he's back there. Might Might not have to worry about that one. It's a little long. Landed in the middle of the end zone, a touchback. 36-yard punt, but a net of just 16. Tennessee gets the ball back, down by 11 in a moment. Tonight it's the FedEx Orange Bowl on CBS. Final game for Peyton Manning as quarterback at the University of Tennessee. Lewis up the middle. That's 5. Steve Warren, a backup defensive tackle with help from Jay Foreman on the stop for Nebraska. They're moving against the 5th best defense in the nation in total defense. Manning in the flat, and it's incomplete. Low ball, looking for Andy McCullough. Manning under pressure, has a man in the flat and went through the hands of Lewis. A little bit high. Warren was putting the heat on Manning. Chris Hogue having a career night. Running with the wind this time. He's picked 2 beauties against the wind, and here's another cannon shot. Newcomb back to the 20. And he stopped at the 31-yard line. A 55-yard punt by Hogue and an 11-yard return. 1995 Nebraska team, which dismantled Florida in the Fiesta Bowl, received 40% of the votes among 16 choices. Amon Green slipped down as he tried to cut upfield. Al Wilson was coming quickly for Tennessee. Remember what we told you about Nebraska. Not only leading the nation in rushing this season, but they average 60 yards per game more than any other team in the nation in rushing. Having a tough time tonight against this very quick Tennessee defense. Frost on the run. The receiver upended. Newcomb draws the flag. Given a 5-yard penalty instead of a walk-off out to the spot of the 44. Green up the middle. Now a flag thrown where you would expect offensive holding.
Guarantee this is going back another 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Clearly made that distinction in conversation with him. And you do as a coach. It affects you.
Shovel pass to Green. Green trying to turn the corner. He does. Amon Green back into Tennessee territory. First down and much more. All the way to the 36 of the Vols. First and 10. Nebraska at the Tennessee 36. Green cut back. Green delivering a ball, and he got knocked down by Leonard Little. Terry Fair had the first hit low. And Green just smiled at Little, was barking a bit in the face of Amon after the hit. Second and short. 2 yards to go for Nebraska first down. Green to the 26. It will be close. Bill Duff and Anthony Hampton combining on the stop. This beautiful new facility, Pro Player Stadium. Jay Sims now in as the I-back for the Huskers. Frost pitches to Sims, and he's out of bounds. Perhaps a gain of 1 for the oldest player in the game tonight. Jay Sims, 26 years old.
The Nebraska offensive line is beginning to assert itself. It's starting to come off the ball better than they did earlier in the game. They have better field position, playing with more confidence.
Sims still the I-back. The give to Makovica. Short gain. Al Wilson wrapped him up. And it's still Sims, the I-back. They hand it off to Wiggins, and he is close to a first down. Almost a guaranteed field goal for Brown, who's made 16 in a row, but the first down is almost an automatic, as Terry suggests. Given the prowess on the ground by Nebraska, it was Frost on the keeper. First and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now this formation, all the backs lined up in the I.
This is a stack I.
And it's Frost. He ran into trouble and put it on the ground. And it is still free. And Tennessee has recovered. First turnover of the night by Nebraska, and a big one. And that is a spectacular, annually the best halftime show of all the bowl games. Lewis up through a big hole. Look at him power his way across the 40.
I think
this season, Lewis, the second highest freshman rushing total in the history of the Southeastern Conference. Only Herschel Walker rushed for more yards in his freshman season in the SEC.
I think Tennessee may take a shot down the field with 26 seconds left in the half here.
Why not? Now that they're at the 42. Manning hit as he throws. That might be a compelling Argument, why not? Grant Wistrom finally got to Peyton Manning. 3 straight incompletions thrown by Manning. 2nd and 10. Peter got through, but the pass is caught by Marcus Nash. Nash hit hard, but he held on at the 40. And Tennessee looking to the sideline to see if the last timeout will be used. Tony Ortiz made that hard hit on Nash. 15 seconds left and no timeouts. When they go over the middle, they'd have to get up very quickly to Spike.
Get out of bounds.
Oh, he stayed inbounds and lunges for a first down. The one break for Tennessee could be that it's close to a first down. They should at least stop the clock for a measurement here. The officials conferring and the half ends. No question about that. Let's go to Michelle Tafoya.
All right, with Tom Osborne, well, turnovers have certainly been key. 3 by the Vols have led to 14 points for you, but 1 there before the half really changed the momentum a bit.
Yeah, that was a big play because it looked like we could really get up on them pretty good there. But, you know, it's been a while since each team's played. It's been 3-4 weeks, and sometimes you see that. But hopefully we can take better care of it in the second half.
What's been the difference between your offense being able to drive and not being able to drive?
Well, I think we threw the ball a few times there and got them off our backs, and that helped a little bit. So we're going to have to mix it up.
Coach, good luck.
Okay, thanks, Michelle.
Ready for the start of the second half. Number 2, Nebraska with an 11-point lead over number 3, Tennessee. And Nebraska will get the ball first in the second half. Joe Walker among the men back deep for the Cornhuskers. Chevin Wiggins standing alongside. Here's Jeff Hall with the kickoff. And a good boot with the wind. And it'll be down to the back of the end zone.
The shocking thing is Tennessee has rushed for as many yards, more yards. They've rushed for 80. Nebraska only 69. They're the #1 rushing team in America.
Nebraska on the ground on the first play of the second half, and Amon Green went out across the 25. Fewest yards rushing Nebraska has had in one game this season is 335. No opponent has held them under 335. It was Texas A&M that held them, quote unquote, to 335 in the Big 12 championship. Frost, a late pitch, but right on target. And Amon Green is out of bounds with a first down just across the 30-yard line.
Which is just a tremendous job by that defense.
On 1st and 10, Green cuts back and lunges forward off the hit of Corey Gaines. 5 or 6 hours a day in the training room for Peyton Manning have certainly paid off. His knee is held up well. Makavicka rumbling into the secondary. Terry Fair trying to collar him, and finally he did at the 41-yard line of Tennessee. 24-yard gain for Joel Makavicka. From a football family, his brother Jeff was Nebraska's starting fullback in 1995. Frost keeps Raynoch Thompson, who's been in and out of the game with a sprained ankle, wrapped up Frost. Scott advanced the ball to the 37-yard line. Best among all fullbacks in the nation.
Boy, and certainly Nebraska's best blocking fullback. He does so many things for Nebraska.
Nice block by Billy Legate, who took over for Makavicka at fullback. He cleared a path for Amon Green. And Corey Gaines and Gerald Griffin had to take him down to the secondary. First down, Nebraska. The Huskers impressively on the move to begin the second half. 2 minutes into the second half. 14-3 Nebraska. And one long drive in the first half, a 78-yard touchdown drive. They're marching here. That play goes to the 20 for Amon Green. Leonard Little and Corey Gaines combining to put the stop on Green. 2nd down and 7. Out of the shotgun. They love quarterback draw out of the shotgun. And Frost is very close to a first down. Al Wilson and Leonard Little on the stop. From the 13, 1st and 10. Newcomb. Bobby's down at the 5. He lunged ahead to move the ball toward the 4.
Tom Osborne with a little counter play there to Bobby Newcomb to take advantage of the fast flow of Tennessee's defense.
Green following Joel Makavicka's block. Green has the first down. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Huskers at the 2. 2 of them kept it a secret. 11th play of the drive. And it is stopped at the goal line. Leonard Little put the pop on Amon Green.
Tom Tom said the timing for him to retire was perfect because he could help influence who his successor would be. The university president and athletic director agreed with the decision.
Frost up and over and in for a touchdown. An impressive opening drive. Never mind the passes or the play action fakes. Nebraska goes back to its bread and butter. Chris Brown on for the extra point. And it is good. An 80-yard drive by Nebraska to begin the second half. An impressive opening drive to begin the second half by Nebraska. And the lead is 21-3 for the Cornhuskers. Tennessee about to get the ball for the first time. In the second half, Cedric Wilson took Chris Brown's kickoff at the goal line. Nice moves to get across the 20. And now he powers out to the 27. Nice return by Wilson. On that drive, 12 plays, 80 yards, 74 of them on the ground, and the one pass, which the official score deemed the pass, was that shovel pass. They had 74 yards rushing on the opening drive of the half after 69 yards rushing the entire first half. Jamal Lewis out to the 29. A gain of 2 for the freshman.
Shot.
On 2nd and 8, and they show patience with the run, but it yields nothing that time.
Nebraska's gone to their nickel package, put their 5th defensive back in the game, expecting pass.
3 wide receivers, no tight end for Tennessee. Manning running out of time. He's sacked by Mike Rucker. The first sack of Manning tonight. Now Chris Hogue with his worst punt of the night. But he did get a good bounce. Hogue averaged 61 yards per punt on 3 punts. In the first half, that one wound up going 43. There is a flag down at the 41-yard line. And it's for an illegal block. Check out the most in-depth Olympic site on the web. Get in on the action at cbs.sportsline.com. Nebraska on offense for the second time in the second half. They stay on the ground. It's Ahman Green with running room again. Out to the 35. Terry, obviously just before the break, you didn't have a chance to finish your thought about the Nebraska offense.
Well,
Green up the middle, and he ran into Raynoch Thompson.
and they played the Nebraska offense as well in that first half as any defense I've ever seen play against the Nebraska offense. If their own offense hadn't turned it over, I'm not sure Nebraska would have scored in the first half.
Frost pitched it at the last second. Look out! Ahman Green with one man to beat, and he could not beat him. Terry Fair made the touchdown-saving tackle at the 21-yard line of Tennessee, a 43-yard pickup for Green. He now has 113 yards rushing. Makovicka weaving his way to the right. A gain to the 17, 4-yard pickup. Ron Green and Leonard Little made the tackle. So that
they seem to have a little skip in their step, if you will, in this second half, where in the first half they didn't seem to. And Tennessee is not penetrating quite as much as they were able to in the first half.
Green up the middle. A lot of tired-looking arm tackles from the defensive front now for Tennessee. Torrey Noel had to come up from the secondary to...
Well, that's the way they play. They love to run the ball, and they're going to get 80 plays a game, and 68 or 70 of them are going to be runs.
Frost keeps. Frost, touchdown! Frost had a Nebraska record 19 rushing touchdowns during the regular season. That's the school record for quarterbacks. And he has 2 tonight. Don't count on the stats, and bowl games do not factor in. That run went 11. It's 28-3. The Cornhuskers starting to make a statement. Sean McDonough with Terry Donahue, Michelle Tafoy, and Ed Cunningham. Delighted to have you with us for the FedEx Orange Bowl from Miami. Nebraska has taken control, leading by 25. Still 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Cedric Wilson ran into traffic at the 27-yard line.
Hey, kicking him out there for you. Get better, Mom. All right, woo!
First and 10. Tennessee needs to do something, and they need to do it quickly. The pass caught by Marcus Nash, the senior from Tulsa, Oklahoma. From the 32. Second and 6. A lob looking for Nash. He has it. And he's across midfield. Erwin Sweeney made the tackle. They had one-on-one coverage. Jay Foreman hit him after the ball was gone. Jamal Lewis off right tackle, found the hole. He's down at the 41-yard line. Quality gain of 7 on first down. Second on the team with those 61 tackles. 3.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Manning throws, caught again by Nash. No, incomplete now, say the officials. And I take back what I said about that being an errant throw. Nash slipped, and that might have hurt his chances of catching it. Manning throws short of Jermaine Copeland. Now it's fourth down and 4, and down by 25. I don't think Philip Fulmer has any choice here, Terry, other than to go for it. Big play here for Tennessee as they cling to hopes of a comeback. Fourth and 4, blitz, caught, first down. He had the forward progress beyond the marker as Eric Warfield put the collar on Jermaine Copeland. Clock down to 3 minutes and change remaining in the third quarter. Lewis close to another first down. He had one man to beat, and he was gone. Instead, it's a gain of 9. He has 67 yards rushing tonight on 13 carries. He gets the handoff again, burst through the hole. Ran into his own man, and that might have prevented a touchdown. Instead, he's down at the 5-yard line. Tackled by Eric Johnson, a reserve linebacker. 23 yards on the rush for Lewis, and the Volunteers are on the move. Hold him down long enough for Johnson to make the stop. First and goal at the 5. Manning looking in the end zone, running out of time, throws, touchdown! Peerless Price with the reception for the Tennessee score. No sign of any hit.
Sean, it's amazing. I didn't think he was healthy for the ball game, but he clearly is.
Out of the shotgun, the try for 2. He throws, incomplete. Looking again for Peerless Price. Erwin Sweeney had the coverage. So it's 28-9 with 1:58 remaining in the third quarter. The FedEx Orange Bowl from Miami. Back in Miami at Pro Player Stadium. The second year, the home of the FedEx Orange Bowl. And Smokies here for the first time since 1968. That's the last time the Vols were in this game. This is their 4th appearance in the Orange Bowl overall. They're 1-2 coming into this one. Good kickoff by Jeff Hall with the wind, and Shevin Wiggins had to down it. Frost hands off. Green. Terry Fair in pursuit at the 40. And Fair took him down at the 32-yard line. 47 more for Green. The veteran group, they'll lose 6 of their top 7 offensive linemen to graduation. So that'll be the first major challenge for Frank Solich as he takes over as head coach. Joel Makovicka banged down to the 25. That's a gain of 8.
The 59 and Aaron Taylor, 67, the left guard, along with Fred Pollock, 73. They run again to the left.
And Green is close to another first down. I think Tennessee has proven, despite the score, it's worthy of a very high ranking. They're certainly one of the best teams in the nation. And Nebraska is starting to take firm control. Something Michigan never did yesterday. Touchdown, Amon Green. Flag down at the 3-yard line.
It's a Tennessee man down that allows that crease to open up for Amon Green.
Chris Brown adds another extra point per year over the course of that contract.
Oh, it's amazing what's happened to contracts in college football.
Said that as if you might ponder going back.
No.
Darden out to the 30-yard line. Just a couple of wins against the Gators. He would be a fully beloved figure in the state of Tennessee. Lewis Tackled from behind by Jason Peter. Terrific play by Peter when it looked like Lewis was ready to break away. You wonder if the Vols are going to go without a huddle now. They won't have time, it seems, to get another play off in the third quarter. They do not. The third quarter dominated by Nebraska. Cornhuskers trying to make a statement for the national championship. End of 3, 35-9 Nebraska. We'll return to the FedEx Orange Bowl after this message and a word from your local station. Well, back in Miami and an artist at work. Tom Osborne and Peyton Manning, each in his final game at his respective university. Manning throws very short out to the 34-yard line, perhaps the 35, a gain of 2.
Reasons Tennessee's not tackling as well this half as they did in the first half.
Nebraska had 227 yards rushing in the third quarter. Jamal Lewis chopped down short of a first down, about a yard short. Brandon Harrison, junior from Gainesville, Texas, backup cornerback, made the tackle. Bobby Newcomb waiting for the punt from Chris Hogue. Well, they're offside and then some. Grant Wistrom very anxious, coming around right end. Question is, was he drawn off?
Ball start.
Yes, he was.
On the offense. 5 yards. Fourth down.
Goes back to the 22-yard line with Shevin Wiggins waiting for the punt from Chris Hogue. Another nose-up spiral of beauty again. Shevin Wiggins from the 20, straight up the middle and down to the 28-yard line. 48 yards on the punt by Hogue. Well, they're starting to sense it in the Nebraska section and in the Tennessee seating areas as well. You make that observation because a lot of the Volunteer fans have left. Jay Sims in at I-back. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Here's Michelle. The biggest reason Tom Osborne wanted to step aside now was his family. He admits that his wife Nancy more or less raised their children by herself. She was putting in 17-hour days coaching football. Sheldon Jackson tackled by Corey Gaines. A rare pass here in the second half called by Coach Osborne. Well, Mike is hoping he can turn his dad into a golfer. Tom Osborne prefers fishing in his rare free moments. Frost, the keeper, now to the 45. What a turnaround it's been for Scott Frost at Nebraska. Much of the criticism from the Nebraska fans directed at Frost. He was booed, and he bristled at that, spoke out against it. Now he has been embraced, but you get the sense talking to him, he still remembers the boos too. He was the backup to Steve Stenstrom for 2 years at Stanford, 2 losing seasons. He wanted to go back where he knew he would play on a winning team and be a key member. Frost close to another first down at the Tennessee 37-yard line. Nice blocking by Jeff Lake. The wide receivers really are glorified blockers in this offense. At the University of Nebraska, both parents were athletes. At the State University, his dad Larry was a football player. His mother Carol, a track athlete. Mother Carol won the discus in the Pan Am Games in '67, went on to the '68 Olympics. Larry Frost is the head coach at the high school which Scott Frost attended in Wood River, Nebraska. And Carol Frost is an assistant coach. She coaches the wide receivers and the defensive ends. And the other day, when most of the mothers of the Nebraska players went to the Seaquarium here in Miami, Mrs. Frost said she'd rather stay in the hotel and watch the NFL playoff games. And that's what she did.
I'm talking about a guy that weighs 220 pounds. He's strong, tough. He's got it all, except he's not a great thrower.
Has an awkward motion, which undoubtedly Bill Walsh would like to have worked with had Scott stayed there, and had Bill Walsh stayed at Stanford for that matter. But
who had a wonderful pro career. That's who he looks like.
On 4th and 1, Frost. The pitch to Green, and it's a loose ball. Leonard Little ran by it. Now it's picked up, and you cannot advance that pitch. But Darwin Walker recovered, and it didn't really matter because it was 4th down anyway. Sean McDonough, Terry Donahue, Michelle Tafoy, and Ed Cunningham back at the FedEx Orange Bowl in Miami. Nebraska takes over. 9:14 remaining. Manning's pass incomplete.
It's been a great experience for the Manning family. We've had a wonderful time.
Take a short break for the play.
As a light rain begins to fall, Manning's pass to Lewis And Jamal thrown for a loss back to Ed.
You know, I'm glad it worked out for him. I'm glad he was able to stay healthy this year, and they won a championship. And I'm glad he stayed. He is too. We're proud of him.
Archie, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the ball game.
Pass incomplete. Here comes the punting unit.
But Peyton Manning, he represents everything you like about college football. Everything. I can't imagine having a more complete player and person than this guy is.
You can't carry yourself as a college athlete with any more class or dignity, grace than Peyton Manning has. 39-yard punt. And Ahman Green has a chance at the Orange Bowl record for rushing yards in a game. 205 is the record. They give it to Ahman Green. And he's to the 35 for a gain of 1. Newcomb takes the pitch. He can fly. He's still flying. Flag down to the secondary. Newcomb inside the 25 and down to the 16. An important flag, perhaps, for Nebraska and for Michigan. Because you wonder, Terry, if people look at comparative scores, if 35-9 isn't enough to sway some, would 42-9 be enough to sway some? And I think that's why the Frost family, for example, was so agitated in their reaction to that failed fourth down. They know every point could be crucial.
No question about it.
Walked off from the spot at 2nd down and 6. Huskers at their own 38. Frost, the pitch to Green, running room in the corner. He's into Tennessee territory. Down at the 47-yard line. Makovica dancing through traffic. Look at Frost hustling downfield to throw a block. Torrey Noel made the tackle with a 37, first down, Nebraska.
And they've had a lot of injuries as well on defense. A lot of players have left the game.
Jay Sims back in at I-back. Here he goes. Almost went the distance. Deion Grant made the tackle. And Frost might be changing the play. 5 on the play clock. Here's Buckhalter. Fresh legs, driving down inside the 15-yard line.
Sean, the offense is overpowering. It might be easier to stop the Big Red Army of China than the Big Red Army of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Green needs a yard to tie the record. That looks like a gain of 2. Jonathan Brown made the stop. Makovica inside the 10, fumble, and it's still free.
Michigan certainly has a top-ranked defense, the best defense in the country.
Frost scores another touchdown. His 3rd of the night.
About 8 times tonight. That's what Scott Frost has responded with in the second half.
Chris Brown added the extra point. 42-9 Nebraska. Good kick with the wind. Wilson. It's a touchback.
Not a lot of Tennessee fans left here, John.
Handoff up the middle. Travis Stevens, a true freshman, taking the handoff. Ratio.
And you know he hates ending his career like this. He's such a fierce competitor.
Martin over the middle to Sean Bryson. The entirety of what that entails as a student and as an athlete.
You know, Sean, you're right. He came back for all the right reasons. Things didn't work out exactly, probably, as he would have wished, but that's life, and you learn something there, too. That's all part of the experience, and he talked about the experience. That's why he came back. He wanted to continue with his college education and with that experience.
Our crew, I don't think, was overly generous in awarding Nebraska a victory in this game. Nice throw by Martin, and Andy McCullough's running free in the secondary. For Nebraska out of the league, went out and played a very good Washington team in Seattle, as you know, one of the toughest places in the nation to play, and won easily.
Well, but at the same time, Scott Frost and Joel Makovica and those guys, they did everything they were asked to do.
Yes, they did. Martin lost his helmet, and he is sacked, and there is a flag thrown in the secondary. Nebraska would be the favorite. Remember, we listen to a radio program here in South Florida today, and who cares what the odds makers say, but they called out, and the odds maker said Nebraska would be the favorite in the game by about a touchdown. That doesn't matter. But I think both teams are great on defense. You have to say Nebraska has an edge on offense.
Well, that might be, but Sean, I have my own personal beliefs, and I really think that the national championship should be shared by these two teams. That's just what I believe. I remember in '90, Colorado, Georgia Tech, they shared it. I just think you better weigh it because, boy, a national championship is such a special thing to players and coaches. It means so much.
T. Martin can really run. He's inside the 5. With a minute 2 remaining, an 11-yard gain. A minute and 2 seconds remaining in this college football season. Husker Illustrated has proclaimed Nebraska number 1. First and goal from the 3. T. Martin into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Andy McCullough. Now the try for 2. Martin was 4 for 4 on that drive. He swings it out, and there's the 2-point conversion for Travis Stevens, the true freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. 42-17, Nebraska. In 58 seconds, he'll walk off the sideline for the last time. And Nebraska will be the land of Oz no longer. Onside kick, recovered, but he was out of bounds, it seemed, from here. Yep, flag comes out. Andy McCullough fielded it, but he was on the Nebraska sideline. And you can say what you want about the decisions he's made relative to some players over the years, but by and large, the vast majority of Nebraska players have been outstanding in the classroom, outstanding in the community. Clearly one of the great coaches of all time. And he's 20 seconds away from the career-ending victory. Only fitting that it would end with a victory and perhaps a national championship for Tom Osborne. He leaves us with 255 wins. And not a happy ending for Peyton Manning as he heads toward the NFL. Tom Osborne heads for a fishing pole.